V'hi ka'amcha Yisrael. Listen to the words of the Zohar HaKadosh in Parshat Tazria as they teach us an invaluable lesson about the power of our words. Kama da'unsha da'hai barnash, what a great punishment one receives. Begin milah bisha, for saying the wrong word. Kach, so too, unsha be'egin milah tava degararse liyadi, for a good word that came his way, v'yachila l'malala, and he could have said it, v'lo ma'amal, yet he didn't say it. Shlomo HaMelech echoes this in Mishlei, Mavet v'chayim beyad lashon, death and life are in the hands of the tongue. Words, they have the power to harm or to heal. The Stipler Gaon's experience after writing his Sefer Kehilat Yaakov is a prime example. Upon completion, he was downtrodden that no one was asking him questions about it, and he mentioned it to his son, Reb Chaim, the Sar HaTorah. He immediately took the initiative and asked his Chavrutot to call his father and engage in discussions about the Sefer. Isn't it remarkable that even the Stipler Gaon appreciated the value of a kind word? Certainly, we do as well. In Pirkei Avot, the last Mishnah in Perek Hey reads, Lefum tzara agra. It's generally translated as according to one's effort will be one's reward. However, there is another way to read it. Lefum, according to your mouth, will be your punishment, has v'shalom, or your reward. Our words have consequences, and I'd like to illustrate that with a captivating story about Leah. Her experience serves as a shining example of the impact that our words can have on others. Leah's journey was far from a smooth ride. Initially entrenched in a secular lifestyle, Torah and mitzvot were mere strangers to her, leading her down a path strewn with regrettable choices. However, a pivotal moment arrived when Torah found its way into her life, prompting a profound re-evaluation of her direction. Suddenly, the values cherished by a Bat Yisrael became her own, propelling her towards a journey of redemption and growth. Enrolled in a seminary in Bnei Brak, Leah forged new bonds and embarked on a transformative voyage of self-discovery. Then one fateful day, a Baal Musar delivered a fiery sermon on Gehenom, painting vivid images of the consequences awaiting sinners in the afterlife, while quoting chapter and verse from the Reshit Chochmah. While the message resonated with many, none felt its weight more heavily than Leah. But instead of igniting further growth, it sparked a paralyzing fear within her. Haunted by the specter of her past misdeeds, Leah spiraled into a profound depression, despite the reassurances of her mentors that repentance could transform her sins into merits. One day, the head of the seminary met with the noted historian and author Rabbi Aharon Saraski, whom he solicited advice on the current matzav with Leah. He wisely suggested a trip to the holy Vishnitzer Rebbe. People come from all over to speak to him, and they treasure his advice. No doubt he'll have the right words to help your student break free of her melancholy and sadness. And realizing the importance of the meeting, the Rebbe asked Leah to describe her predicament in her own words. And as soon as she began to detail her issues, Leah didn't hold back. Then again, in her own state of mind, she couldn't, and she poured out her heart. The tears, they flowed unchecked. I tried to leave my past behind, embrace a Torah way of life, but recently I learned that one day, I'm going to pay a hefty price for all the sins I committed before I became religious. The Rebbe understood. He clearly saw her brokenness and her despair, and as soon as Leah finished speaking, in a moment of divine intervention, the Rebbe offered an extraordinary declaration. He would shoulder the burden of Leah's transgressions entirely, relieving her of the guilt and all of the consequences. And with those words, a weight she had carried for so long began to roll off, and newfound peace washed over her. Reflecting on this transformative encounter, Rabbi Saraski conveyed this short story to the Nesivot Shalom, who shed tears of recognition. It wasn't merely the Rebbe's wisdom, his pikhut, that prevailed, but his righteousness, his sitkut, and selflessness that illuminated the path for Leah's redemption as he genuinely met every word that he said. Now that's a Manhig Yisrael. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah's journey serves as a haunting reminder of the power of compassion and selflessness in guiding others toward redemption. While we may not possess the same divine insight as the Vishitzer Rebbe, we can certainly emulate his willingness to descend into the depths of despair to uplift a fellow Jew. In the end, it's really not about having all the answers. It's much more about willing to get our hands dirty in the service of others, embodying the true essence of leadership in Klal Yisrael. The question begs, are we ready to embrace the mud if it means saving a neshama? Shabbat shalom and mevorach.